This is your video. All the facts you need to know for the Patriot on the go Patriots of the world. I hope you're doing well. Hope things are, looking good for you wherever you may be. It's interesting times, interesting day. So let's get right into it with Laura Walker of the Oracle Report. Item 1 space. Weather. Laura, how are you? Good morning. Well, you know, we have a little bit of astrology going on right now, and it starts today and it's going to continue through the weekend. Today is 2 Jaguar in the SOCON, and today we have 2's rigidity connecting in Venus. So let me cover these dots. So the sun is at 2 guardian angels bringing protection. I love this symbol. This is about being led, guided and directed. It's about protection bringing us strength and it's about connecting with spirit, connecting with other people. We also have Mercury at the last degree of Virgo. This is having an urgent task to complete. A man doesn't look to any distraction. So this again is leading a task and having a 1.1 point focus and about applying ourselves. So we want to push through any temptations or distractions regardless, you know, of what's going on and, around you, and just, focus on completing something. Or if something is, you know, bothering you that you really need to. Now we have guardian angels and we have and this is, Mars at holly and mistletoe. Bring Christmas spirit to a home. So, again, this is about connection and bonds and things that hold us together, and about a celebration of spirit and returning to basic joy. Now we have, again, this weekend we have, on Saturday, the sun going to square Mars. That also means the Earth is going to square Mars today. The Earth is at a petrified. This is 3 degrees of Pisces. This asks us what is ageless. This also reminds us that we are able to withstand life's storms and, to cultivate resilience. Right? This is the high octa of this is resilience and the low octa is rigidity. And so, we have resilience to return back to holding the line. We are holding the line here. So all of these are in play. So let's talk a little bit so tomorrow Venus is going to square Uranus, and this is gonna be very emotional. It could be quite shocking with things that we see develop in the world and in our life. The sapient symbols do involve water. And so this reminds us of emotions. That it brings up now today. Venus is going to transit 17 and 18 degrees of Leo. So the beginning part of the day, we have Venus at a volcanic eruption. This is it can be about X, but it can also be about an explosion of ideas. Okay. And so the volcanic eruption could be a source of what distracts us from completing what we need to. So when we put them all together that way, and then the rest of the day, the sob symbol is 2 girls playing with a Wii board. Again, 2s. Again, this is about, control from a dark source or operating beyond your level or what you're capable of. So don't stretch out too far. You know, we are really in the end of the month. That is like step out of your comfort zone, but, don't go too far out with things, and seeking easy answer. Easy answers comes with that sapient. So a lot happening today. We want to connect, be led, guided and directed. We want to be resilient with things and pay real close attention to finances and also relationships. We could see some rockiness with all of that. And well, follow this a little bit more. Very good. Now I know you're busy today. And before we did this morning, you, gave me the heads up. You had to bail. But before you do that, Laura, I want to bring up a couple things that you actually touched upon when your saving symbols were very fitting. Now real quick, I'm going to address these geopolitical. Late last night in Moscow, it's like 1230, and the news put out and they caught on film, Vladimir Putin rushing high speed without escort to the Lin. And apparently there's an emergency meeting of the Duma today, which is their equivalent of their Congress or Senate, Parliament. And the DOA is meeting and they're going to be putting out and issuing a harsh statement and ultimatum potentially to Ukraine, and also terrorist calls by some members of the DOA for full mobilization of the Russian military, which hasn't happened yet. There's only 10% of the Russian military at any time in the Ukrainian special operation, and they rotate in and out, so that could heat up. Now, the reason for this is it was an attempted killing of the vice president of the Dome just a day or so ago as he was traveling to Donetsk to see their new government building, which was promptly destroyed or hit by Ukrainian missiles. Now, also, so that's the man intent on something with no distraction. So something big's happening now, I want to explain to everybody and just drop this here with you, Laura, real quick. One of the reasons for all of the insane and the bombing of the nuclear power plant by Ukraine and all of this, is to try to prevent in any way they can what is about to happen. And what is about to happen is down in Dawn People's Republic, they're going to be holding for the first time since post-World War II military tribunals that are going to be televised, just like the Nuremberg trials. They have, questioned. They have, testimony. They have confessions. They have all this they have video proof taken from phones of AOL members and right sector members of the Ukrainian military. And hours and hours and hours of testimony and video from Ukrainian citizens talking about the horrible crimes that Ukrainian military have done. And one of the reasons they bombed with HIMARS Ukraine did was because there were high-level Azov leaders confessing on video, and they were leaking it out, that it was all instructed and they were told to do everything by, Kiev. And that also some of the foreign advisors, military advisors, actually taught them torture techniques and told them to do this. Now this is going to be televised. It's gonna be translated into multiple languages. It's gonna be submitted to every major government agency in the. And this is what they're trying to stop, because the true crimes and the reality of what has happened over the past 8 years, the torture, the murder, the theft, the rape, all these horrible things directed right by the government of Kiev will be made public for the whole world. And that is what they're trying to stop. Wow. That, yes. A volcanic eruption, for sure. Yes. And, that volcanic eruption could be some type of major military thing launched by Ukraine. Who knows? Anyway, I know you have a lot to do, Laura. I just wanted to point that out while you're right here. So I know you're busy today. That again, spot on with the, sapien symbols. I mean, this is in play, right? Yeah, they really are, with so many things happening. But you know, the 2 guardian angels bringing protection, this will go well. Because you know, Russia is, I don't know, one of the only countries maybe that is like, so, connected to God, is protected because of that. Yes. Yeah, they, are very, very Orthodox Christian, and they have priests. They actually have a new military division of the Russian military, which is, of priests, and they, bless missions. They bless people. They're there to minister to people. And, yeah, they're very, strong Christian, but they're very balanced. I mean, we have the 𝐤𝐶 forces also who are Islamic that are fighting along with the Russians, their brothers in arms. And, I mean, they, or people of peace, they don't seek, you know, religious division in any. They're going after the radicals, the sads, the dark ones in this world that are trying to mess things up for everybody, you know. And just a quick reminder to everybody who's, religious bent. We have a situation where we have Judaism, Christianity and Islam. Friendly reminder, all of those call the same God. Okay. There was a division later on how things went, but, I mean, you read the Quran, Jesus Christ is in the Quran. They talk about him and, you know, just a friendly reminder, this division, major division between religions is what they want to push, you know, all divisions, black, white, male, female, straight, gay, you name it. They want to divide the world so they can control us. But anyway, Laura, before you roll out of here, anything you'd like to say before you leave? Just remember, it's about connection today and being resilient. Connections and being resilient. So let's be resilient, and we'll let you go right now, Laura. Thank you very much. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, bye-bye. Alright, everyone. Laura Walker of the Oracle Report. Okay. Bear with me. Here's check the because, audio feeds actually change a little bit when I go to the connection back and forth. If you will remember, we were having some audio problems, and that was because of certain connection we were using. So anyway, that seems stabilized. So let's get right into it. Item 2: economics, currencies, cryptos, equities, and precious metals. No major changes up or 10% or more. The futures look all green. That's interesting to see. European, all green. Asian, get the heck out of here, all green. This is like, so rigged. I mean, this is crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay. Looking at, gold, silver and crypto, the roll, of course, green. We have gold at $1,774.50. Silver's up to $19.13. Crude oil, $95.43. Taking a look at cryptos, man kind of mixed some down some up, but nothing major, crazy looking at Bitcoin 21,700 XRP 34 cents. Litecoin 5672. Okay. So, we have a lot of people calling for some major thing. And as you know, another friendly reminder, we are looking for a major geopolitical event to happen that will really kick this swamp, and get it going big time. I mean, we're looking at it right now. Slow motion crash of the petro. Yeah. Well, accelerate, but position yourself well, be positive and know that good things are coming to you. And that's how that works. Alright. Yeah, that's it. Item 3, geopolitical. Yeah. As I was saying, well, get into the, stuff going on with Ukraine and all that, but let's take a look at the United States really quick. What do we have? As you know, the resignation of Fauci was submitted. Hess resigning. Hell, be the highest, paid, pension in the United States, higher than President Guy's, like getting like $380,000 a year or something in his pension. And he was, and I think he still is until it goes into effect, the highest paid US government employee ever in history, made much more than presidents, etc. Now Terry's interesting thing going on. Terry's information coming out from, the CDC and different agencies claiming that Terry's problems potentially, and they're trying to blame the vaccine problem on Trump. And, as a matter of fact, Fauci, when he was questioned, he said, oh, I didn't shut down anything, talking about the lockdowns. He has trying to say he had nothing to do with that decision was made by Trump. And, so we'll see where this goes. Also, you saw that, the announcement of forgiveness of student loans. That was pretty interesting because it's not quite in effect, and the student loan website crashed after he made that decision to do that. Some people were speculating that insiders knew about this, went in, got huge student loans approved, and now they'll be forgiven. And they don't have to pay them, so more money laundering. Who knows, some people are saying, well, wait, what about people who paid off their student loans? You gonna give them any help? I don't. Oh, here's an interesting, there was a, website, Cold Crew, they're, leftist and, they hate President Trump and all this. They actually sued and obtained, evidence from the DOJ about some hidden document, and what they received were documents that proved that President Trump was totally innocent of obstruction, and those documents were sealed. So that kind of shocked them. They were gonna have a big thing, and everybody's looking forward. They're gonna expose this and really show the crimes of Trump, and no, they actually showed that he was innocent and the Department of Justice was, and they went forward anyway. So self-implicating, this stuff's coming out. Yeah, here we go. Now, Laura had spoken about this, that this was gonna come out and be made more public, and it's gonna be kind of shocking. Talk about disruptive information. Can you imagine whenever it all comes out and they start making public the issues of the vax and how people are gonna feel and what's gonna happen, the outrage. So we'll see where that goes. Alright. Dig. This Teresa FBI whistleblower that has come out, still an active member of the FBI, who has come out and testified and said that the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, told all employees that they were not to look at anything concerning Hunter Biden's laptop and also people close in where the laptop was. They were told they were not allowed to even look at it or investigate it, and that's coming. So, more and more things being exposed. Yeah. It's Chris, Dan. Weird. Alright. What I said weird about. Yeah. People's Republic of China's preparing to go to war and is not trying to hide its effort. Yeah. It's from a Chinese expert. Yeah. And that rolls us over into international geopolitics. And like I said, yeah, the big thing that was going on overnight, pretty interesting to watch. Let me read a couple of these. What do we have? Yeah. As a, breaking news. A special meeting of the Russian Duma was called for tomorrow. That's today. Right now Putin's motorcade entered the Kremlin at 11 p.m. Moscow. Okay. It was 11 p.m. The last time that happened was February 23rd, one day before the special operation began. So, Terry's speculation will be a full declaration of war. They have come out and they said, they're going to put a statement out, Let me see here. Let me read this one really quick for you. Late at night, the President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, Russia, the Russian parliament has announced that will hold a special session on Thursday and soon after will issue a special statement on Ukraine. Russian officials are talking about taking a very tough, putting forward a tough statement, probably an ultimatum to the West. That would be the United States and the UK. The message from the Council of the State Duma will be addressed to the United Nations and all international parliamentary organizations at the same time. A little while ago, Russian media published an incident that had been hidden, for almost 24 hours. And that was that the Russians were, talking about an attempt to assassinate the chairman of the State Duma with a SMLRS HIMARS during his transit. Now I'm gonna stop right there. Why this is important is because the HIMARS are guided. Some people say they're actually manned by US personnel, and the HIMARS rockets that they fire from these systems are GPS guided through US satellite, and the targeting data is provided to the Ukrainians by the United States government, which this would implicate that the United States government was attempting to assassinate State Duma head. So I tell you what, this is pretty serious. So they attempted to assassinate a government leader from Russia. So this would be implying on that. Also, other information states that the Russian parliament will discuss the threat to the safety of the nuclear power plant. However, other movements related to the murder of Daria Dugin and the involvement of foreign countries should not be excluded, as reported by Moscow. Moscow recently accused Kiev of launching strikes at the nuclear power plant, which is located in territory controlled by Russia forces, but is still operated by Ukrainian personnel. Kiev has denied bombing Europe's largest nuclear power plant and says Russia's planning a provocation there to justify further regression. Russia's defense ministry said last week he could shut down the plant. As the bombing continues, extraordinary meeting of the State's Duma, and this tough announcement are expected today. Let's see, cruising down through here. Yeah, it says the leaders of the factions, in Moscow will also meet together with the president of Vladimir Putin at around 3 p.m. See, when is it? I'm looking at my watch. That's like right now, that's going on? So I'm recording this. Let's see. According to, the State Duma, the Council of the State. Yeah, the Council of State Duma will be addressed to the UN. Yeah. Like we said, alright. So that is basically what's going on there. And again, a reminder, they're getting ready to launch the military tribunals of the criminals and the criminal acts of Kiev as of the right sector in Ukraine. And it is totally documented. One other thing that happened there was an attempt to hit with HIMARS, missile systems, a dam, and a hydroelectric plant in Russian-held territory, which would have been devastating. If they would destroy this dam, it would flood out multiple Ukrainian cities. And if they hit the power plant, it would knock out power to the citizens. So they're attempting to do this again with HIMARS, weapons. And also yesterday there was a Indon hit by Russian shelling using 155, Howard's or shells provided by NATO, the US, UK, etc. And these NATO shells provided by the West, hit a civilian area, one of the largest, most popular shopping areas in the area with no military facilities nearby. And they know this, they know it very well. And they did it during business hours. Fortunately, no one was killed. But they were attempting to, so things are heating up in a big way, like Laura said also, and I'm sure we'll get more information on all of this tomorrow because this statement will be out by then. Alright, let's move right along. That's about it geopolitically, as if that's not enough. Okay. Let's keep moving here. Item 4 are changes. Yeah, nothing major in Earth changes. We do. Some interesting things looking in here with flooding. See, where is this flooding? We have some in, South America. Yeah, the flooding issues still continue down the Texas area. And we also have in Mississippi, we have some torrential rains that caused a flash flooding there as in Jackson. Yeah, so more flooding, nothing else major to go over right now. So relatively speaking, quiet with Earth changes for now, but they are anticipating an increase of tropical activity in the Atlantic, which we could see some named hurricanes and hurricane strikes here in the continental United States. Oh, watch that. Alright. That's about it for all changes. Item 5 Tip of the day. Tip of the day I have for you is if you own a generator. If you have a generator set, If you do, just a friendly reminder to you that you should service these things. When they're not in use, don't let a generator just set. You can mess it up every so often, a minimum of every 6 months. You need to go out, take the generator, put it in the safe place, make sure it's all clean, secure, and start it up. You might want to put a load on there. Also, when I say a load, I mean like, some type of power. Heavy work lights, fan, whatever, whatever you can plug into this thing and let it run for like, 20, 30 minutes and really warm up. Get the oil flowing to the system and make sure everything's clean and working good. Okay. After you've done that, unplug everything, turn it off correctly, allow it to cool correctly and make sure all, is well. Top off the fuel, with some fuel stabilizer in there, whatever you need, because, you would be surprised at about how many people will buy a generator, never really get it going, never really service it, never break it in properly. And the break-in, there is a break-in period. If you buy a new generator, don't forgo that, okay? You should run it under load for however many hours they say, and then you must change your oil. Okay. I'm not saying you must, it will keep running, even if you top it off, but it's not good for you. Want to, protect that investment and your own well-being. So at the tip of the day, be sure and service your generator. Or if you even have the chargeable power blocks, right? That you can use to run your computers, small appliances, and you AC charge them, or you can charge them from your car every so often. Check those out, check your charge level, throw a charge, and keep them topped off. That is my tip of the day. Alright, let's go. Last one. At least the prophetic worth of day by Doug Addis. Doug has force today, August 25, 2022. Watch for new keys of revelation that will open up new doors of opportunity for you. Very good. I'm looking for that. I accept that and I'll be on the lookout for that, and I hope you will too. So that is it. Every short, sweet, to the point today. Yep. That's it. Check on my notes. So until tomorrow, everyone be well, stay alert. Remember, check your generators or your power. Make sure everything's good and serviced, so they're ready when you need them. And above all, remember, you're not alone, because where we go, all God bless.